Okay, let's talk about reading. I mean, really reading. Not just letting your eyes glaze over a page, but actually pulling the meaning out of it. We're going to dive into how you can transform reading from just a thing you do into one of your absolute sharpest tools for learning anything.
So be honest. Have you ever gotten to the bottom of a page, maybe even a whole chapter, and you have that sinking feeling? You realize you have absolutely no idea what you just read, right? Your eyes were moving, for sure, but your brain was checked out somewhere else entirely.
Well, if that sounds familiar, you are definitely not alone. It's super common, especially now when we're just buried in information 24/7. But here's the thing, it's not a personal failure, it's a technique problem. And the good news? It's totally fixable.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll nail down the whole reading without remembering thing. Then we'll get into what true comprehension actually is. After that, I've got a super practical two-pass reading method for you, and we'll wrap up by talking about the ultimate test, summarizing, and most importantly, why any of this stuff matters outside of a classroom. All right, let's start with the problem itself, passive reading. Think about it. We're swimming in text all day long, and it's so easy to just let it wash over us without really grabbing onto any of it. That is the number one reason we read without remembering.
The huge shift we need to make is from being a passive reader to an active one. Passive reading, well, that's when the words just kind of float by. And guess what? Very little sticks. Active reading is when you lean in, you engage, you argue with the text. It's the difference between hearing some background music and actually listening to the lyrics of your favorite song.
So if passive reading is the enemy, what's our goal here? Well, that brings us to the art of true comprehension. And this isn't just about knowing what the words are. It's about building real, solid understanding that you can actually use. So what even is comprehension? I mean, really, the source material puts it perfectly. It's the ability to understand and interpret what you read. And here's the key part. It's not just a reason for reading. It is the entire reason for reading, period. And this quote just nails it. If you can read every single word, but you don't understand it or connect with it, you're getting nothing, zero. It's just a waste of time. And that's exactly why we need a solid strategy to force ourselves to read for meaning.
And that brings us to the how-to part of all this. This is your new strategy. We're going to break down a really simple but crazy effective two-pass method that basically forces you to become an active, engaged reader. The method is so simple, you'll love it. It's just two passes. The first pass is a quick scan. Think of yourself as a detective arriving at a crime scene. You're just getting the lay of the land. The second pass, that's when you analyze. You're putting on the gloves and looking for clues, for evidence, for the deeper meaning. Okay, let's break down pass one, the scan. Your goal here is speed. Seriously, you are not trying to understand everything. You're just getting a feel for the terrain. What are the big headlines? Are there any pictures, charts, bold words? You're basically building a quick mental map. And the most important rule of all, do not get stuck on the details. Just keep moving. Now for pass two, we flip the script completely. You slow way down. You read with intention, with purpose. This is where you hunt for the main arguments. You question what the author is saying. You look up words you don't know. This slow, deliberate, analytical pass, this is where the real understanding gets built. All right, you've done your two passes, you're feeling good, but how do you know it actually worked? Well, that leads us to the final boss, the ultimate test of comprehension, being able to summarize what you just read. Because if you can't explain it simply, you probably don't understand it as well as you think. So what is a summary, really? Our source defines it as a kind of comprehension test. It's all about finding the most important ideas, the signal and the noise, and then restating them in a clear, short way. It forces you to prove you know what's crucial and what's just extra detail. This little chart breaks down the difference, which is subtle but really important. Think of it like this. Comprehension is the internal goal. It's the understanding that's happening inside your own head. A summary, on the other hand, is the external proof. It's the thing you can produce to show everyone, including yourself, that you actually got it. So let's bring it all home. Why does any of this matter? Because let's be real, this isn't just about acing a test or writing a book report. This is a foundational life skill that you can use everywhere. Mastering this kind of active reading unlocks so much potential. I mean, imagine being able to get up to speed on a new project at work in like half the time, or teaching yourself a new skill way more efficiently, or being able to cut through all the noise in the news and actually understand what's going on. This one skill makes you more capable and more informed in just about every part of your life. When it comes right down to it, what we've been talking about is the huge, game-changing difference between just knowing something and truly understanding it. One is temporary and shallow. The other is deep, it's powerful, and it stays with you. So, I'll leave you with this question. There is a whole world of ideas and knowledge out there just waiting for you. Now that you have this method, what is the first thing you're going to choose to read? Not just to get through it, but to truly, deeply understand.